Welcome, everybody. It's Stefan Rudolph coming back to you again from New Foundations Growth Group. Have another great interview set up for you today. We're always interviewing great authors, speakers, healers, and very influential people in the world of personal growth, spiritual growth, recovery in those areas. And we have a great lady today, a beautiful woman, Bonnie Lawrence. And I want to introduce her as a professional coach, a Reiki Master, and also a master trainer in the Repetitive Behavior and Cellular Regression. And Bonnie, how you doing today?
I'm wonderful, Stefan. Thank you. How are you today?
Doing great. Wanted to get your message out here as our 2020 Vision Quest focuses on helping people grow personally, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually in those areas. And tell us a little bit about yourself. You also have a new book coming out, and tell our viewers what's going on.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I am, as you so graciously introduced me, a certified professional coach, a Reiki Master, and a master trainer for a process called Repetitive Behavior Cellular Regression. How did I get to do all of this? Well, my journey started about 14 years ago, which roughly coincides with my mother's dying process. She suffered from Alzheimer's and dementia. So I've been through all of this myself, and I needed help. And so I sought out help. I started working with a metaphysical counselor. We started looking at my patterns of behavior and where they were coming from. And after about 10 years of working with her, I realized there was more to this, that somehow along the line, there were reasons why I was running in circles, why I was miserable, why I didn't understand what was going on in my life. And I sought answers. And the answers unfolded as I began to look at the family skeleton, which is my father's father, my grandfather's alcoholism, and what caused that, and how that ran through the family line and how it affected me, because there was never any alcohol in the house when I was growing up. None, not even wine, nothing.
Oh.
Okay. It was a big deal if, as a kid, we went visiting and my dad had a shot of schnapps, a shot of whiskey. It was a big deal.
Once a year.
Like, yeah, but I had to piece this through, because as a woman, I wanted my father emotionally, and he wasn't available to me emotionally. Now, he was a good man. He worked very hard to take care of us, and I'm very grateful to my parents for everything they did. But what was going on here? And as an adult, I would sometimes see him sitting by himself, and I would go, "Dad, what's wrong?" And he goes, "I don't want to burden you with my problems." Well, I now understand what that was all about. Mm-hmm. And I still cry. I hope he found peace with that.
Yeah.
As my journey continued, I was connected to work with a man by the name of Terry Earthwind Nichols, who is the developer of Repetitive Behavior Cellular Regression, which is a non-medical, non-linear process where we do the process via Skype, and we have people get comfortable, feel safe, and then start going inside themselves and asking their spirit for a memory, a good memory, a happy time. And we start with the really happy times, and then we say, okay, let's find another memory, and we keep going until we find blocks that people have. We don't have people, this is not psychotherapy or anything else. This is remember and release. Do what you have to do. Scream, yell, curse, cry. We don't care. Mm-hmm. This is non-judgmental. This is for you to release the stored energies in your system. Okay. And I talk about this in the book. It has been one of the most helpful processes I have gone through for myself. One of the most helpful processes for our military people, our law enforcement officers, to release what they've gone through. We have much success with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of success with people with MST, which is military sexual trauma. We have a lot of success with people blocking things who just run in circles because there's energy there pulling you back, and you keep running back in your circles until you learn what you have to, either from the situation or from the person. There's information there for you, and until you get it, you cannot move on in your life. So I talk about a lot of that. And if I may, I want to read just very simply something from the book I wrote, which is one of my clients, Janice, is a 30-something wonderful woman, spent her life believing that she was unloved and unwanted. She came from a caring family where she was very much loved and well taken care of, yet she held on to this erroneous belief that she was unloved, unwanted, and unlovable. She had trouble creating a warm, loving relationship with the man of her dreams, but she didn't understand why. So we took her through the process, and after crying it out and releasing all of this, she came to understand what that was all about. And I'm obviously not going to say it because that's confidential, of course. And now she's married and she's happy, expecting twins. So,
wow.
Makes me feel great to do this, to help people.
Yeah, and that's what we're here for. And to our viewers and listeners here at Bonnie Lawrence, and that's a great story that you have, because you're helping people take their life to the next level. There's a big part of it where we block things out. And I too grew up with my grandfather, who was a World War II veteran, and would not talk about certain things. Would just have this block, and you can't communicate with those people. And I've always been like this with you, very open, and want to release, talk about pain, what's hurting us, and get it out, because I know that helps and it takes us to the next level. And that's what your book is about. And to our viewers, it's Who Stole Your Crayons and How to Get Them Back, right?
Right, that's correct. It's the book. I did it in a combination book workbook format because my own preference is for that. I've seen too many books, and then the workbook is a separate unit. And of course, the workbook has about a fourth of the information in the book repeated with lines to write on. So I didn't want to do that. I want it all in one. So it's the book and workbook included. I have a journal, and I have a coloring book in there. So happy to have done that. My life is about getting this message out. And the message really is, we are 99% the same. Given our obvious, beautiful physical differences here, we're 99% the same. So what's your 1% uniqueness all about? What are your talents, your gifts, your caring, how you share your love, your way of being, your way of looking at the world? Mm-hmm. And within uniqueness as well, there is a still small voice within telling you, calling to you, what should you be doing with your life? What is it really all about? I thought I was going to be doing other things with my life, like practicing law. And that's not what my life is about. It's about this journey, this beautiful journey to help other people. So I have the books. I am teaching workshops. I do private coaching sessions and private repetitive behavior cellular regression sessions with people as well. And the rest will unfold as it unfolds.
Yeah, as long as we're taking action as you're doing and getting the ball rolling exactly in this situation, you're launching this, and things just start coming together. And I love what you said. It was a quote from my book that says, recognize the voice within, speaking softly about change. This is the voice of your soul. It's quiet at first, but it's the voice of awareness. So we have to start listening to that voice. That's what I know a lot of our listeners who come to this website to us for coaching, for guidance and growth, start hearing this. Like, I'm not on the right path, right? I'm doing a corporate job. I'm making money. But what about the other four elements of life? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. If you're not happy there, that's exactly where you come into play. And let our listeners know, too, how to get a hold of you. And
okay, thanks.
It's just your book when it gets launched, too.
Okay, well, the book is launched. They can get it through me. You can reach me at coach@bonnielawrence.com. That is coach@bonnielawrence.com. My phone numbers are 323-459-6726 or 818-781-7573. And I was actually just looking for something I wrote, which I'm not going to go through the book at this point, but it reads to the effect of, spend time with yourself, by yourself, in a place that you love, and listen to the still small voice within. Yeah,
exactly along the same lines, because we started hearing that voice. I did about 5-6 years ago, and it was like, the ego, I say, as I see now, blocks it out. It doesn't want change.
No.
So change is good or bad, especially in addictions, as we talked about too. When the voice says, no, don't change, you're fine, you can handle it. It tries to shut the voice up, right?
Right. Well, and there's also societal conditioning. Our well-meaning people in our lives, our family, clergy, teachers, what have you, want you to stay on the path that they know because it's safe and they know it. And yet, at the same time, we know that there's more for each and every one of us. You know, every one of you knows there's something more for you, or else you wouldn't be here on this program today, would you?
Yeah.
You're searching, you're seeking. The answers are within, and this program is about helping you go inside yourself to meet yourself, to meet your greatness, and to live from there.
Yeah, that's the name, New Foundations Growth Group, and bringing people together on their new foundation, and they come to you exactly for that area to say, kind of in a who am I stage, but really just to find the meaning to their life and to find the happiness, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's perfect. And once again, as far as the book itself, they can go through your website, correct, and get that information on your website and order it there?
Yes, they can. At this point, it would be better if you sent me an email or called me directly, because everything's in the structural stage. So I want to make sure people can connect and get the book.
All right. Well, sounds good, Bonnie. And once again, it's a pleasure speaking with you and getting your message out there. We'll be having you back on for the 2020 Vision Quest as we're here spreading the words of wisdom and growth. Love to hear from you again, and we'll be talking soon.
Thank you for having me, Stephan.
All right. Take care.